Well, hello there, and welcome to another episode. And this is going to be a little bit of a different one because I am not bringing the typical guests that I usually have. If you're listening to the audio, you're going to have to use your imagination because I have a little visual that I'm going to share with you. So I'm curious, and go with the flow with me here. Have you ever had a voice in your head that tells you you're not good enough? And for those of you that are watching a video, you see this lovely puppet in my right hand that's representing that horrible voice that tells you things like, you're never going to find somebody. Who do you think you are? You're too old. You're too fat. It's not going to happen for you. Just give up. And I just looked at it and went, what? Why are you telling me these things? Why are you making me feel so horrible? And why are you sabotaging the very thing I want? What is that about? What is that about? Where's the other voice? The other voice that's full of love and says, you're so wonderful, Junie. You could do anything. And for those of you that are listening on audio, there's another puppet in my other hand, this cute little chick with a big heart on her belly. And she's just full of love. This may not fly with audio, but I'm going to invite you to use your imagination that there's a battle going on inside of my head and your head. And there's a way to lower the volume of the battle. I've lowered the volume significantly. This voice that's like, Junie, who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? Tone it down. You're too big. You're too bright. You're too much. Do you relate? And so I had to do the work and figure out, why are you here? You sort of cute, fluffy voice that tells me things that make me feel like shit. Why are you here? I had to figure out why I had this inner critic. I had to figure out why I was telling myself all these nasty things and having me feel blocked and shut down. And I needed to have a new relationship with this part. We have a new relationship, don't we? Yes, we do. I'm certainly not Sherry Lewis. With that said, this part and I have gone way back, probably as far back as I can remember. And you also have that part inside of you. You have a part inside of you that came online at a young age and was watching out for you, going, uh-oh, some bad shit's going down. I better reel her in. I better watch out for her. Let me whip up some strategies to keep her safe. That's why you showed up, right? Right. The thing is that the strategies that this part whipped up at a very young age doesn't necessarily work. These strategies, these behaviors, these thoughts don't work for you as an adult, and they can really trip you up, and that sucks. And what we need to do is get a better relationship with this dude. Yeah, I'm calling you a dude. I'm not a dude. Okay, whatever you are, you need to work with me, right? I know, because your only reason for being here is to keep me safe, right? Yep. And you have behaviors that have tripped me up, kept me small, kept me walking on eggshells, right? Yeah. And there was a cost I had, right? There was a high price I paid in my marriage, in my career, in a lot of different places in my life because I was playing small, right? Right. And so we needed to look at that. We needed to figure it out and see if we could whip up some new strategies that weren't so painful, that could actually move me forward. Right? Right. So we worked together and I lowered the volume of my inner critic. And I taught this part inside of me to stop sabotaging me and to work with me in a whole new way. And while doing that, I got to have a new relationship with this other part inside of me that I call the sovereign part, or you could call her the inner cheerleader or the inner parent, because you support me, right? Right. And you love me, right? Right. But you were overshadowed by this other dude, right? Right. But we worked it out, right? We lowered the volume of this dude, the one that kept telling me things like, Junie, you are too big. Stop it. And then we amped up this voice that said, you could do anything you want. Go for it. You have all these dreams. You have all these passions. Shoot for the stars, Junie. You can do it. And so these are just two parts that are inside of me, and they are inside of you. There's a part that's strategizing to keep you safe and watching out for you. And you want to befriend that part. So it's doing a good job, keeping you safe, moving you forward in a direction that works for your highest and best self and isn't hurting you. So you have to befriend that part and work with that part. And then there's this other part that fills you up and believes in you because it sees how amazing you are. It knows your gifts. It knows your value. So I'm going to put these parts down and just say to you, sister, these are just two of the parts that live inside of you. And these two parts can sometimes battle. And that battle is what's so difficult sometimes. When you want something and that part of you that's going, go for it. You could open up your heart. You could go and have your dreams manifested. You could find that partner. You deserve love. But if the voice is so low because there's another voice saying, who do you think you are? You're over 40, you're over 50, you're over 60. It ain't happening. Your boobs are hanging, your thighs are jiggling. You have to be careful. Be careful with your money. Be careful not to have somebody that's going to rock your boat. I mean, it goes on and on and on. And so the battle pursues. It ensues. I think it's ensues. And so these two inside of you, the part that wants the best for you and the part that wants to keep you safe, they're not working together. But what would it be like if they were? What would it be like for you if you had the part that was watching out for you actually working for you, not against you, and actually allowing that other voice to show up, that other part that's like, yeah, you can have what you want. You can move forward because you have a heart that wants to share and open to love. You want to give. You're a beautiful person and you want to have joy and freedom and a life beyond your wildest dreams. So keep dreaming. Can you imagine if you had those two parts working together? You can. I promise you, you can. If I can do it, you can do it. Because there was a time when my inner critic was so loud that I had stomach like tightness and my throat was tight, and I would walk around on a regular basis just micromanaging everything. That was my strategy because I was so afraid to be myself, so afraid to express myself, so afraid to be vulnerable. And so I learned where that came from, all those strategies, old programming, shifted them with the body of work called shadow work that I do. And then that other part got to be nourished and supported as well to show up and help me nourish and support myself. I share this with you because this battle can really have a high price in your love life. And so if you are really getting in your own way and you are blocked in some way, I invite you to go into the links below, grab a complimentary love breakthrough session, and let's get to the root of this. Let's get to the root of why you're slowing down, getting in your own way, having those blind spots. Let's shine a light on those blind spots and talk about next steps in stopping this battle inside of you and helping you open to love in an authentic, beautiful way that's aligned with who you are now. So look at the links below. There's a link for the love breakthrough session. There's a link for the Midlife Love Guide to Successful Dating. There's even a link for my book, my Loving the Whole Package, which is an international best-selling book that helps you look at these parts and gives you next steps. I want you so much to believe it's possible. And that's why I have this podcast. And that's why I do the work I do. So if you found some value with this, share it with some friends that you know can use this message. And I invite you to subscribe to the channel or to the podcast, do that little bell thing so you get notified of upcoming segments if you're on YouTube. And more than anything, just keep moving forward, because sister, you deserve love. You deserve love beyond your wildest dreams. And if you choose to have love with a partner, then this inner battle needs to be attended to. And it would be my honor to support you. That's our episode for today. Keep on moving toward your highest, greatest expression of you, and keep your eyes open to what's going on between your ears, because that's what's affecting you. All right, sister, keep on loving. Mwah. Be well.